Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live, and it's Wednesday. So you know what that means. That means we got a little bit of AEW Dynamite to get into tonight. So much going on in the wrestling world. WrestleMania week is still in full effect, but we're making a little pit stop for some AEW tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to get into, lots to talk about. Blow up that chat, hit like, hit subscribe, and make sure you're here for all the action, folks. It's going to be a fun one. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are ready to go. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anyone else out there. Looking forward to tonight. This one's going to be a fun one. We'll see what AEW has on tap. A very interesting card. As always, I mean, some good, some bad. I already know that they added a match, but let's see. We got Thunder Rosa taking on Mariah, Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Ospreay. Interesting booking. We can talk about that all night long. The Young Bucks are taking on the Best Friends, Billy Gunn, Jay White, and they added Danielson against Lance Archer. Not quite sure why that's happening, but we're going to talk all about it for the next 2+ hours, folks. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. Make sure you click that like button. Make sure you click the subscribe. Be a part of the family. We are growing by the minute. We are getting ready for a crazy few days here on the channel. We're back at it tomorrow twice, and then Friday twice, and then Saturday all day, 10+ hours. We're also doing a sub drive. We want to hit 5K ASAP, Rocky. So make sure you haven't hit that subscribe button yet. Make sure you've done it. Get in there. But, ladies and gentlemen, I will remind everybody, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I'm happy to be here. I hope that everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You put Hump Day in the books tomorrow, Friday, Junior. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to get into all of the action, I promise. I see this chat getting busy already, and we're going to talk about it. Now, my question to everybody out there, to the fans, I read off the card. How are we feeling about AEW Dynamite tonight? I know people have their tribalism and where they feel on certain things, but Thunder Rosa, Mariah, I get it. Not bad. Powerhouse Hobbs, Ospreay, I don't love it. I'll be honest, guys. I like Hobbs. I think Hobbs hasn't got a fair shake. Ospreay, Hobbs, kind of a mix of styles. I don't know if this is really going to highlight how, Ospreay in the best of ways. Another member of the Callis family taking on Ospreay, which I still don't quite understand. The Bucks and the Best Friends don't really float my boat either, but I can guarantee a Bucks win there. And then Billy Gunn, Jay White, I know why they're doing this. I know why they're building it up. Was the Bang Bang Scissor Gang really just a waste of everybody's time? Basically, they got together, didn't do anything, and then broke up. So that's how it's going with that. I'm curious how everyone feels. Adding in Lance Archer, Bryan Danielson, a little odd for me. I'm not quite sure why they did it. But interesting. I like Lance Archer a lot. I feel like the man should get booked more, but he's about to take an L to the American Dragon. Not really sure why, but we'll get into it. But I'm going to say hello to some people. I'll get that going and start the greetings. But Damien's back. Always looking forward to something. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ospreay. That's tonight's main event. Now, fair enough. We'll see. Now, we talked a lot about ratings. A lot of people have been talking about numbers, talking about how AEW and AEW Dynamite are performing. I know Collision had good numbers for Collision this past Saturday, which is good. But again, it would be very interesting to look at, are people going to stay around for an Ospreay Hobbs, main event? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm hoping it's good. The other thing we're getting tonight is Jericho is calling out Hook. I'm really confused by this. And anyone out there in the chat right now, if you guys want to let me know what I might have missed, but Jericho fights Hook, loses, then last week says, can I be your I'm not a manager, but I can give you advice and tips. I can be your Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off, young fucking Hook. I guess that's the idea. I guess that's the plan. Then why is he calling him out tonight? What is the call out part of this? I don't get it. I don't quite comprehend. Maybe I missed something, but why is Jericho wasting our time with TV? Why is he also calling out Hook? Why is that happening? Why is that a thing? What is going to come from it? I don't know, but I really don't care for a program with Hook and Jericho. I don't. I really don't. Looking forward to Hobbs, no selling Ospreay's arsenal. Just like Shibata. Good to see you, C Money. Welcome back. Rocco. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Awesome Truth grabbed the new Raw titles and the Dudleys grabbed the SmackDown titles are my thoughts on that. Listen, definitely a caveat. When we did our prediction video, we didn't know they were going to split those tag titles. However, looking forward to it. I think it's very interesting. And yes, I think whatever set goes first, R-Truth has to end the match. Like, he's got to get the second belt. So SmackDown going to the Dudleys, I don't think so. I really don't. Even if we do get the surprise Dudley pop, I don't see them winning it. And mostly because I don't know where we're at with Devon. Devon's gone through some health issues. Devon's had some battles, and we hope he's doing well. I just don't know if they could put the straps on Bubba Ray and Devon for that reason. I have no idea. But good to see you, Rocco. Damien. Well, I'll talk about this later, Damien. Honestly, it was a weird story to come out today. If you guys haven't seen it, Ronda's still on her. Listen, this is what I'm going to say about Ronda Rousey. She was pretty goddamn quiet and happy to be on Rousey Acres and not bothering anybody until her book was coming out. Now her book's out, and she's got a whole ton of shit to say to everybody. That's not a coincidence. Period. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone thinks. It's a weird thing. And Drew Gulak seems like a pretty straight-up guy, a pretty stand-up guy. It was a weird accusation that he did it. Now, I'm not saying he did or didn't. Now, we saw his rebuttal. It's just really odd. And Ronda Rousey seems to want to bury a company that gave her more money than she deserved. She wants to bury a company that gave her an opportunity she didn't care for. She took for granted. She spit in the face of the fans. She's all around an asshole. It is what it is. And now, what this means about what this claim is, I really don't know. I don't know. I don't want to guess, because if I guess, then I'm wrong and people are going to be yelling at me. But at the end of the day, what a weird story. We'll get into it later. Roddy, good to see you. Uncle Howdy, welcome, welcome, welcome. WWE Speed greater than AEW Dynamite. Yowie, wowie. I watched Speed today. Speed was good. Sounds fun. You know, I'm an FBI agent. No, not that Speed. Again, 2 3-minute matches. Bronson Reed wins. Ricochet beats Dragon Lee, but it was a fun 3 minutes. I honestly wish they had 5. Now I get it. You know, KKJ, it's Speed. But it feels like the beginning of the cruiserweight division all over again. Bronson, a bit of an outlier, but we got JD McDonough versus Axiom coming up next week. Yeah, it really felt like fast pace. And it had that kind of more of a real fight feel, in the sense of, I got 3 minutes to hit my best move, but if I land it, I'm going to beat you. And that's kind of how Dragon Lee and Ricochet went. Very, very great. Very smooth match. Again, a lot of people, this is stupid 3-minute match. What's the point? I think it's something different. It's for social media exclusively. I like it. I don't hate it at all. And I really think they've done a good job. Again, it's just a little side thing. So I'm okay with it. It works for me. I thought it was good. Daniel, totally agree with Uncle Howdy. Yowie wowie. Indeed, bud. Yeah, welcome, Daniel. Welcome, Howdy, as well. Trey, good to see you. Welcome back. Anthony, this show looks boring. Well, I hope you're talking about the AEW Dynamite show. And yeah, I mean, does anything, I'll ask you guys who are watching right now, we got 50 plus with us, anything off the page, like really like, man, this is going to be wicked. I can't wait for this. And I think I've talked about this a lot on Wednesdays. If you're going to be the pro wrestling show, you're going to be the alternative. You're not going to rely on long promos. You're not going to rely on big angles, big storylines. It's more about the match booking and the quality of the matches. I would argue you have to give us good matches. You have to give us matches that were like, oh shit, if you're not going to build any stories and you're just going to randomly book wrestlers like Lance Archer versus Danielson. Yeah, on paper, that sounds like it could be a fun match. I don't think it's going to be, though. And at the end of the day, if you are not going to rely on that story-heavy, entertainment-based wrestling, then you better be bringing the heat with your matches. You better be bringing something that people want to watch. And I don't know if you're doing it. Last week, horrible numbers for Dynamite. I hope, at minimum, I hope the show is not boring. We got to be here for the next couple hours. I hope it goes phenomenally. TK just added Lance Archer versus Bryan Danielson. Got that. Good to see you, Trey, if I didn't say it. Alexis, Raw, 1.784 million, highest ratings since February 19th. I want this show to hit 2 mil. There's something happening here. For whatever reason, Monday can't get to 2 mil. But yeah, definitely solid numbers for, and I think they had better numbers the week before. But, oh no, highest since February 19th. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, again, Raw's cooking. SmackDown's been cooking. Sellouts. Yeah, I sound like a bit of a WWE mark, but right now they're clicking, and all the stuff coming out on AEW doesn't seem overly positive. Even people being asked about CM Punk. Oh, did you hear what CM Punk said? Tony Schiavone wouldn't speak to it. Eddie Kingston, I liked his answer, but he wouldn't speak to it. Like all the reports, we've had releases, backstage drama. Tony's mad at Jungle Boy. Not enough positive, good news is coming out of the AEW camp right now. I really hope they turn it around. What's up, Eric? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We'll remind everybody we're about just under 4 minutes away from the start of the show. And once it kicks off, we will be here for all of it. It's going to be a fun one. And again, don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Get in that chat. Let me know how you're doing. Welcome back, James. TK should add a battle royal of 100 people on the roster who hasn't had TV time in the last 6 months, and the winner gets to be safe from releases. I think they should do that exact concept, but the first 50 people thrown over the top rope are eliminated from the company, not the match, the whole company. We will hear from Adam Copeland and Willow Nightingale. Fair enough. Adam Copeland recently coming off his title defense on Saturday against Matt Cardona. Willow still building this story with Sasha Banks. So Miss Mercedes, I get it. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how that all plays out. Where's my button? But yeah, so I mean, we will hear from both tonight. Should be interesting. I'm really curious to see how this story evolves. We talked about everybody made such a big deal about Mercedes Moné choosing to go to AEW. So let's see. This is week 4. What will happen tonight? Will she start moving the needle? Will she be the impact player she claims to be? We'll find out. Richard, good to see you. Tonight's card is kind of disappointing. Fair enough. Fair enough. What up, Boston? How you doing? I'm with that, James. What did James say? Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think it should be the first 50 eliminated are done. Are gone from the company. Another average Dynamite. Well, we hope it exceeds our expectations. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if it will, but I'm really hoping it does, guys. 3 promos tonight. AEW is utilizing the writers they brought in. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Again, we'll see what the quality of those promos are. We'll see what the quality of the outside of the wrestling, outside of the wrestling. How does it pay off? Does it work? And again, we the big talk about bringing in Pepper Potts. I know that's not really her name, but it is funny to me. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. We've seen new visuals. We've seen the show look different. And it just kind of seems disappointing that they're bringing in stars. They're trying to upgrade their look, and it's not translating into viewership. It's not translating into ticket sales. Now, are they running the risk that by putting LEDs in and brightening up the set and changing things, that some of the fans feel like this is too much like the product I used to watch, and it doesn't feel like the AEW I came to love? Are they losing some of that core audience because it feels too WWE light? I'm curious. Ospreay fighting all his group mates isn't necessary. Him fighting more exciting people. Richard, 100%. I do not get why Ospreay is fighting the family. I don't know what it proves. Like, does he whoop all their asses and then just like, now I'm your leader because I've killed everybody? I don't know. I don't love it. And yeah, if you're going to put Ospreay in there, because I don't want you to burn him out, but if you're going to put Ospreay in there, you got to put him in there with people that are going to go. Give us big matches. Give us fun matches. And I'm worried Hobbs isn't going to be able to deliver that tonight. As ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite is live, and the Rated R Superstar is kicking off the show. I can hear it. All right. So I didn't even get opening credits, nothing. I just got right into Adam Copeland. Maybe we'll get a couple really good matches. Who knows? Yeah, I'm hoping. That's it. That's why we tune in on Wednesdays. Like, we want to see progress. We want to see good things. We don't want to sit here and just roll our eyes all night. I really want them to succeed and find their groove. Get back to the AEW that, changed the game. Get back to the AEW that made us all tune in and want to forget WWE ever existed. I don't know. We'll see. TK announced a Battle of the Belts 13 after AEW Collision next week. Oh, okay. Battle of the Belts is something that should go bye-bye. I don't know why we keep doing it. And if you're going to do the Battle of the Belts, dude, make them count. Make them worth it. Make the matches solid. Give people a reason to tune in. And actually, once in a while, have the title change on a Battle of the Belts. It's rare. So if you make it important, we'll want to watch it. If you don't, we don't. It's like Rampage. Kind of disappointed that Deonna Purrazzo has just moved on. After that loss, Tony Khan has moved on. That's Tony Khan. Bring them in, put a little rub on them, give them a couple bullshit matches nobody cares about, and then send them on their way. It's frustrating. It really is frustrating. What will Jericho say to Hook? That will be exciting. We already don't like the pairing as it doesn't benefit. As Adam Copeland having mic troubles. I came out here to talk to y'all. I came out here as Adam. Oh, okay. Daniel. Hey, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? Welcome. And welcome to everybody else. I will get to more of the chat, I promise. But I'm just trying to figure out what Adam Copeland's saying here. Even Adam, like, I'm getting a lot of feedback here. Hey, production. There's been a lot of negative BS spewed this week. Is Adam Copeland out here to respond to Punk? Okay. This is weird. We're having an Adam Copeland State of the Wrestling Union. What the fuck? There you go. Okay. I agree with that. He's a fan of pro wrestling. Where are we going? Someone booed. He said, don't do that. Now he said, this is so odd. I don't disagree with anything he's saying. I just don't know what's happening. No mic check. Mic, check. He loves professional wrestling. This is such an interesting take. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know what happened there. I got knee pads. Welcome back, Mike. KJ Adam Copeland should be the AEW World Champion. He's the biggest star in AEW right now. You should definitely, I believe in bringing in, if you're going to bring in big superstars, if you're going to sign an Adam Copeland, you send him right after the champ. You put him in a marquee spot. You put him at the top of the mountain. You put him, I'd put that locker room up against anybody. This is such a weird thing. But yeah, I think you put him in that. The same thing with Sasha. I don't want Sasha Willow right now. I want Sasha to take over the division, make an impact. So now he's talking about all the people he wants to wrestle. So this is like the anti-CM Punk promo. This is weird. What is happening? He's having a blast. They're all having fun. They're just not selling any tickets. This is me not knocking everywhere else. So for those who are just tuning in, and if you can't see it for yourselves, Adam Copeland Edge is in the ring basically saying this is like the anti-Punk promo. They need a WWE guy to go out there and tell them we're not bad. What's up, Zero Blitz? AEW Chance, Randolph, good to see you. Richard, good to see you. MDB, welcome back. Theater of the Absurd. Talk about Kenny gets a big pop for Cody. These people should be celebrated. AEW has pushed wrestling into a better place. Facts. Giving more people jobs. Facts. AEW makes wrestling more fun. It's facts. AEW is where the best wrestle. Oh, you lost me there, Edge. You lost me there, Edge. Woo! This is so fucking funny to me. This is blowing my mind. And he's not wrong. He's definitely got points. AEW is moving forward. What's up, Heather? How you doing? Danny D, good to see you. I'll take Edge's word over CM Punk's any day of the week. He's not really refuting CM Punk's, but I mean, to each their own. He's not saying Punk was wrong. He's just saying, I love it here. So again, everyone has their own experience. What is that? And he introduces Ospreay. Legitimately sent Adam Copeland out there to cut a promo in response to what CM Punk had said. Talk about living in your mind rent free. Talk about living in your head rent fucking free. Right? But Ed should stop because it's crap. Listen, I think this is where people are getting confused. Let's go, Robert. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, I'll give you my rant in a second as Ospreay's coming out for his match. Vegeta. Edge should stop. Randolph, good to see you. I see Jay Ferrari. I'm way off anyway. MDB, I got you. Danny D, thank you for being here. Ophelia Payne. Why should Edge stop? If Roman and Rock can run a 20-minute promo, why not Edge? I think based on entertainment value is my guess. I would argue, again, I liked what Edge just did. That was very raw. Please make Edge stop. So some people do not want to hear it. Fingers up. So, again, I don't know if CM Punk is right or wrong. I don't care. At the end of the day, it was stupid. It was childish. It never turned into anything that mattered. That was my, again, his experience was very negative. Everything from not being picked up to the airport to being fucked with by indie little twerps. His experience there. And again, that doesn't mean other people aren't loving their time there. John Moxley probably has great stories about AEW. Again, what Edge just did doesn't take away the fact that there probably is issues behind the scenes. But I find it very interesting. Very interesting. They sent Edge out there just for that. No title, nothing to do with Angle. Just basically tell the world, we have the best roster. I love it here, and I'm so happy. And no one's saying that the fans aren't happy or the wrestlers aren't happy. What we are noticing in a lot of regards, and what a lot of the criticism is that's all the goal is for AEW, is to be happy. They're not moving the needle. They're not selling tickets. They're not moving ratings. They are not making things happen. Now, we got Hobbs and Ospreay in the ring, folks. If you are new here, we take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So who you taking, who you taking? And then I will continue to chip away at this chat as I see it building and building and building. Good to be with you. Good to see you, Christopher. Thank you for joining us. KJ, Adam Copeland should be an AEW World Champion. Got that one. All right, let's scroll back down. Remember, folks, we got the super chat. We got the super stickers, and we got the membership if you want to stand out from the crowd. We try and click on every single chat message here at the Wrestling for Life Network. Not always possible. Hey, KJ, man, the AEW fans hate when wrestlers say WWF. It's facts. Issa is on her way to Philly. Let's go. What's he doing? That was literally, dude. Wow, standing moonsault. We got a 1 count on Hobbs. At least TK didn't come out and do it himself. Baby steps. You know what? It probably would have been really bad. Edge, what is the point? Yeah, literally that was 100% a response to the comments from CM Punk. So again, you could only imagine how much those comments bothered Tony Khan. You could only imagine how much CM Punk's presence in the WWE bugs Tony Khan. And again, Adam Copeland said a lot of things that were accurate. He really did. AEW changed the industry. Up and over. Crossbody. Down goes Hobbs on the outside. Dang, Edge kissing AEW's ass in his promo. It's all about the paper. That's all it is. No, I mean, again, he's not wrong. It gives a lot of people a place to work. It gives, a better opportunity. It did change the industry. When AEW came along and opened the doors and there was so much more talk about independent wrestling, we saw things like Fight, which is now Triller. We started getting more content, access to more content, more streaming service willing to carry the content. AEW is good for business. I do not want to see AEW struggle. I do not want to see it go bad. Again, I don't like the product you're giving us right now as Hobbs just walking with Ospreay and dropping him on the stairs. Damn. But as much, all those things are true. But why did you need one of your talent to come out and open your show with that? Why? Because some guy that most of your fan base and people apparently within the dressing room don't care for said some shit? Are you that insecure? Are you that fickle? I thought that was a really weird choice. Uncle Phil speaks facts, and some people don't like it, I guess. 100%. And again, Punk wished them luck. Punk didn't say the company sucks. Punk said this company is about having fun, having a good time, and that's it. He never said, I hate them. Wow, Ospreay up over the table. Nice start to the show, by the way. I know I'm rambling about this promo, but we'll get there. We'll get there. That was a rally for AEW, but that was cringe. I'm very curious. Now, we got over 80 people here with us right now. Brandon, good to see you. Good to see you. Free Bird, Absurd. That almost went together. How do you guys feel? I know some people like it. Some people hate it. Well, like, are we... Where are we at with this? Taylor, good to see you. Adam Copeland was speaking facts. It's true. AEW was needed and the best thing for wrestling and the future. Taylor, I completely agree with this. And I've told this story many times before, so some people out there might roll their eyes when I do it again. But I agree. I gave up on wrestling. Couldn't watch it. I was busy doing other shit. But the Vince McMahon bullshit was just bad. The bad WWE booking was the only option, really. Yeah, you could go out and watch some indie wrestling or whatnot. But I really gave up on the WWE. Next thing I hear, AEW's got this thing going. A billionaire is going to open a wrestling company. Great. Let's go. Let's do it. And then Jericho's involved. The Bucks are involved. Kenny's involved. And the only reason I ever ended up on YouTube talking all this nonsense and being, so entrenched in wrestling was because of AEW. It pulled me back. When I originally started this, I started this so I could take on the Jim Cornettes of the world to tell them how wrong they were about AEW. And here I am 2 years later, and I'm like, what is AEW doing? I need a little bit of help. But I think AEW's got to stick around. I think AEW's got to be a thing. I want to go back to the days where we had to debate, what show was better this week. I like it. I didn't like when it was always Dynamite and WWE was completely in the garbage. And I don't like it now where AEW's struggling and WWE's clicking. I want them both to click, right? Adam Copeland was right. There was a lot to be happy about as a wrestling fan. And even people who spend 90% of their time hate watching, you're still watching. So, hey. But right now, we are in picture, rent-free. I love you guys. I love wrestling, even bad booking. I'll watch it if I'm bored. Dude, my life has become nothing but fucking wrestling. It's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, I love it. I'm a diehard wrestling fan. That's why when we come on here, we feel we have the right to have the opinion we do. We don't tell people we're right or wrong. We just tell you how we see it. And some nights we don't like it. Some nights we do. But that's what the fun part about being a wrestling fan is. And I think too many people out there get offended. They have this toxic connection to the things they like. So if you say something like, oh, I really didn't like that match, people out there want you to die, want you to fucking shrivel up and go away. That's not what's supposed to happen. But again, I think that's where we're all right as wrestling fans. We said it before. I think too many AEW fans are so, so entrenched in the tribalism. I think at times if they all spoke up and were a little more honest about the product we were getting, the product might get better. But we are back from picture in picture. Welcome, Scott. Good to see you. I see Taylor. I already said hi to Freebird, Cortez, Vagina Lover. That's fucking hilarious. Bama Beard. Welcome. That was a rally. It's crazy. Yeah, and thank you for being a member for 8 months, Scott. We appreciate it. As Hobbs goes down off the kick. I don't like signings as main events or other product. They both do it. I don't like signings as main events on either product. Again, it all depends on name value. It depends on who you're bringing in and what impact they could make. I feel Edge would have wanted to do that stick up for the company he's representing. Absolutely. Maybe he did. Maybe he went to Tony and said, listen, I'm going to tell everybody how it is. And again, coming from a Hall of Famer, a legend in his own right, a veteran, a guy that's been in both companies, maybe it was easier to validate the opinion because of who said it. And again, I think countering and going back and forth, like people said, I think, Danny, you were the one that said, I will take Edge's word over CM Punk's word any day. And you're not wrong for feeling that way. Edge has a far less checkered past than CM Punk. But I don't feel like Adam Copeland countered CM Punk realistically. But it was just so odd to me. Could you imagine if we opened Raw with like the comeback to that? Like Triple H sends out Seth Rollins or Cody to, give a WWE is the best place to work and WWE has the best wrestlers. So weird. Hobbs, Chuck, and Ospreay. AEW was not needed whatsoever. I completely disagree with that. I would not be, if nothing had changed, if the WWE didn't go through the changes they went through, if AEW didn't come along and move the needle, Man, I would have given up. I would have 100% given up. The AEW was so needed. And the early days of AEW were cooking. They just kind of lost their way. And that's my take on it. And again, you might not agree with my opinions, but the analytics are telling me that I might be onto something. 2 count, Ospreay gets the shoulder up. WCW was where the big boys play. AEW is where everybody gets to play. Everyone gets paid. Funny how he did not say WCW or ECW. Fair enough. Yeah. Interesting. When WWE has success, they thank the superstars and the fans. That promo was pro AEW. That was cringe. Again, and we've seen it before. I think when they did sorry, 1 second. Ospreay setting up. Going for the ox cutter. Hobbs says, not today. Up and over. I'll get back to that. There it is. 1, 2. And Hobbs gets the shoulder up. Yeah, I mean, I think when it was like, what was it, the 200th episode, they were like, thank you, Tony Khan. And that is a very different dynamic with AEW is they're always high-fiving and patting each other on the back. I said I used to listen to Jericho's podcast until constantly Jericho would go on there and tell me how amazing he was, tell me what a wonderful job he did, even though what I watched on TV was shit. He'd sit there and brag, oh, we were doing great. Aren't we doing great? We're doing great, guys. Yeah, okay. You know, you stroke me, I'll stroke you. High five. It's too self-flating. It's too self-absorbed. And it was, again, that promo, I could see why people would feel it was a little cringy. This is a really random rah-rah speech to open your show. As Hobbs drills Ospreay. And I know I'm a little distracted by Adam Copeland, but this has been a hell of a match. Great match. I think he was talking about contract signings. Facts, I think so too. CM Punk, where? Oh shit, here comes Punk. Yeah, it would be amazing. Just wrapping up a call. How are my wrestling friends? Triple A, good to see you. Welcome. What's good? Some Solution, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Still can't believe the WWE Mark sent death threats to The Rock's daughter. Listen, there is assholes on both sides, Freebird, and there are really weird, strange people. And you know what? There was probably some AEW marks that sent it just because. Yeah, I won't subscribe to that, and I'm not going to point fingers. On both tribes, there are complete and utter idiots that that should be banned from even having a phone, let alone fucking being able to be on social media. People are stupid. Every group, when you don't have a sign-up fee or a test to get into your club, there's going to be an asshole or two. That's just the way it is. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to let you stand on that perch. Both companies, both tribes can be quite ignorant and quite stupid. You never bury the company you work for. Why would you? I wouldn't do it. I mean, if Tony Khan was going to pay me all this money and give me all this freedom, I get to be at home all the time. I got to work less. Oh! Lands on Hobbs' head. Shit. Is Hobbs okay? Man. And there it is. Hell of a match. Ospreay continues to cook, but now what? He's beat every member of his faction. Does that mean he's free to go? But yeah, even if you don't like, again, like people coming out and speaking about the company they work for makes no sense. And the fact that Adam Copeland did that, great. Again, it was so odd. KJ, did you watch Omos versus Otis Philly cheesesteak showdown? I have not seen that yet. I did watch Speed today, though. We did talk about that for a second. But Will Ospreay victorious in this opening bout. And I enjoyed, oh, wait a minute. So this is stupid. So Callis goes to celebrate with his two housemates, and Hobbs is not happy. What a shock. It's just Joe 47. Good to see ya. It's a shame that Hobbs has been stuck in these stop start push for at least 3 years. Hobbs is a part of a collection of guys that just they can't really figure out what to do with them. We saw it with Wardlow. It's been up and down the roster, Joe, that there's just no consistency. And I think when you're kind of building your show around like just the random bookings, you have bookings like this. But here comes Danielson. And he's got the next match. So we got the overlapping entrances. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. AEW, bring it to WrestleMania. Let's go. Adam Copeland versus CM Punk at Wembley. Let's go. Great match so far. I love the opening match, guys. I actually really like the opening match. Michael, this is AEW Dynamite is the future. Holy dog shit. Yeah, wait, what happened there? Is in the future. It's got, I mean, again, it's not going anywhere as long as you have the bankroll that it has, right? It's not disappearing. KJ, do you think the other companies are developmental for WWE and AEW? If so, would you be mad if you are a promoter and this happens to you? Your thoughts? Again, the way a lot of the indies are set up right now in the smaller promotions, they're kind of expecting it. They have a lot of people in and out, big revolving door system going on. We see guys at Cardona all over the place, Masha, and so on and so on, GCW, House of Glory. Now, if you're a company, like I almost feel like right now, WWE is kind of using AEW as developmental, which is hilarious. And if I was Tony, I'd be upset because as much as, yeah, you got Mercedes, but you got Adam Copeland, you got Daniel Bryan. It's a different area of their career opposed to getting like working on Lexus King, which again, mixed reviews. But Jade comes in. Like, it's like, oh, who's getting big over there that we can sign? Is MJF going to end up in WWE? Is Wardlow? Who are the other hot young talents? And yeah, we used to see it, ask Paul Heyman what this feels like, Mike. Like, he constantly was being poked and pillaged for his talent. Every time he got someone over, yank, there goes another one to somewhere. So, yeah, it's got to be frustrating. I think now with the way things are, I think that everyone's just trying to put a best spotlight on everybody. Even with TNA, they kind of just have this go with the flow. Yeah, we're going to lose Deanna. Yeah, we're going to lose Mickey. Yeah, we might lose. But it just kind of comes with the territory. JV, wow, man, like Copeland says, you're the problem. What JV say? Tell me when I'm telling lies. This is a good question. All Edge's points are true and past tense. I said it, and we're back in commercial break, folks. Thank you for being here, by the way. Edge was not wrong, but he didn't come out and say CM Punk's an asshole and everything he said was lies. All he said was, we're all having fun and we have a great roster. I wouldn't expect him to come out and say, our roster sucks. And we always said this. Even here on this channel, we've said it for a long, long time. AEW has an outstanding roster. AEW has a shit ton of talent. That's not the problem with the company. The company's problem is it does not have a boss. It does not have a booker. It does not have any sense. And too many of the, too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many inmates are running this asylum. That's the problem with the AEW. Nobody said you're not having fun. Sure, it's having fun when you show up once a month and you get a big giant paycheck all the time to barely work. It's got to be fun. And when you can walk to your boss and say, hey, boss, can you get Suzuki on the phone? I want to have a dream match with him next Saturday. Sure, buddy. Can I have a hug? Yeah. I bet it's a wonderful place to work. But more and more as time moves on, we're going to continue to see more athletes that are no longer with AEW speak candidly about what's happening in AEW. The clickiness, the lack of leadership, the pettiness, it's all going to come out one day, slowly but surely. And here comes Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk Monster, another big man booked into oblivion. Wow, the contract signing is the main event on Dynamite. Wow. There you go. Okay. It's cringe when you clearly see the upper deck blacked out. A little bit. And again, Adam Copeland said we're having a lot of fun. We love this company. AEW matter to the world. Yes, completely agree with all that. But he didn't say, well, we don't care how many people show up. He didn't really rebut anything. WCW was got that one. Let me scroll down. You guys are killing it tonight. Keep that chat coming. Keep it flowing. I'm not sure what happened with our one friend, but keep the gloves above the waist. Keep it respectful. Keep it polite. MTP, you're fired. There you go. There you go. Cody Stout Punk. Cody shot Punk down about AEW. No, he didn't. Robert, that's inaccurate. And see, this is where people need to stop and think. Cody gave a different assessment based on a different experience. Two people can be in the same company and have a completely different experience with the company. And Cody, being Cody, far more political, far more protective of what, again, there's a sense of pride with what Cody created. But also, if it was all that it was cracked up to be and CM Punk was completely wrong, Cody would still be there. Why did Cody leave? Well, he wanted a bigger platform, better opportunities, tired of the bullshit, people fucking leaking fake stories to Meltzer. Yeah. But he didn't shoot it down. He offered a different assessment. And that's not the same as saying, no, that man is wrong. That's saying my experience and what we were hoping to do was to move business, was to sell tickets. That was my goal while I was there. Punk, his experience was, these people don't give two shits about selling anything. They're just having playtime. Ospreay is awesome. By the way, I will take your prediction on Danielson versus Archer. WCW and WWF. Lexus King is low-key killing it in his role. Mixed reviews. Hot and cold. He's still, I think he's a young gentleman that's still trying to figure it out. I think he hasn't quite got it, but he's definitely working on it. Good to see you, Margie's. Paul, good to see you as well. TK loves small men. Pause. There you go. There you go. Look, Archer, another guy that hasn't been seen on Dynamite for a hot minute. TK just dusted him off and sent him to the ring, as he's completely in control of Danielson right now. I almost wish that Ospreay would have stayed. Like after his match, if he would have just sat at commentary. Added a little bit of, I want more interaction between Ospreay and Danielson. I want you to build up that rivalry. Like Danielson and Ospreay are just going to have random matches until they fight each other. You would imagine if it got squashed, they would work together. Let me see. Is Danielson fighting back? No, you can tell they hate each other. The shit company comment, the talents calling when Triple H took over, not letting Billy Gunn show up at Raw. Triple H hates Tony Khan. Triple H does not hate Tony Khan. I will happily go on that record. Triple H thinks Tony Khan's a kid. Triple H rolls his eyes at Tony Khan. Triple H thinks Tony Khan's silly, thinks he's a spoiled brat, thinks a whole lot of things. I guarantee you on everything I stand for, Triple H isn't sitting around going, I hate this fucking guy. He just thinks he's a bit of an idiot, maybe. But yeah, I don't think he hates him. I think that's being ridiculous. I don't think there's any hate there. And remember, there's not a whole lot of hate between the two companies as far as the talent go. All the talent just want to see each other be happy. Look at Bayley and Naomi showing up for Mercedes when it was her debut. There's love there, guys. That's why I wish the fans could kumbaya. That's why we created the Wrestling Utopia, to bring y'all together so we could enjoy it and talk about it and disagree without killing each other. Why bring up Punk's name? Yeah, just let it go. Vince didn't ruin NXT. He murdered NXT and gave his son-in-law the fucking cardiac event because of it. But it's back together. Danielson's got Archer hung up on the rope and goes to the knee. Daniel for the win. Keep it going, boys and girls. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I'm loving the chat tonight. Sup, Matthew? How you doing? How you doing? Mike knows he's cool. He's on the knee. Yeah, I agree with you, Boston. Pause on that shit. Archer catching Danielson on the tope. Choke slam on the apron. Punk will bury WWE again when he is fired again. I don't see it, Bobby. Again, keep coming back. We'll keep talking about it. But the day he gets fired and starts shitting on WWE, come back to the channel and tell me how wrong I was. I do not believe it. I believe there's a genuine man at the end of his career or the twilight of his career that just wants to give back and contribute and help. That's what I think. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think he got a raw deal in AEW. I think a lot of it was envy and jealousy. I think he blew the roof off the place. And the people that had told themselves or convinced themselves that they're generational talents got butthurt real quick. All the little indie friends got together and they were really disappointed that this asshole just got to walk back in the building and take all the spotlight and all the shine that they've wanted and that they couldn't get. I do not think Punk will have any problems with WWE, and primarily because the WWE has a boss. The WWE has a system in place that if you act like an asshole, you ain't going to stick around. And I don't think he's going to push that envelope. I think he wants to be involved behind the scenes. I think he wants to be a part of all of it. Mega, mind your business. Brian Danielson for the win. Archer for the win, says Bama, going to left field. What's up, Jesus? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? My phone was in my pocket. Sure, buddy. Did you hide Mike? He'll come back. Backstage problems with wrestlers. I think there needs to be more to that sentence. Yes, he did. He did not agree with Punk. He didn't. No. He gave his assessment, and he used those words specifically. So let's be, again, Robert, I know you're pro AEW. I get it. And that means there's probably a big party that's anti-Punk. All he said was, that is not my assessment of AEW. That's fine. Brian for the win. Danielson for the win. Yeah, Danielson's winning 100%. You might have banned him forever. Watch the interview today. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. MDB hit you. Oh, no, we're going back to that. Punk will bury WWE. Got that one. Let's move on. I'm good with the cage match, bro. What cage match? It was also two completely different times. Facts, 100%. Again, you guys can go hit the fucking, McDonald's drive-thru tonight, and I might show up an hour later and have a completely different experience. Clown is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Boston. And it was on the tip of my tongue. Triple H does not hate Tony Khan. There's no reason to hate Tony Khan. He might not like him or think he rubs him the wrong way, or, man, this hyper little poodle-like human being trying to hump everyone's leg is annoying, but there's no hatred. I'd be shocked if there was. Triple H thinks Tony Khan is a dipshit. Facts. Running a pissant company, remember? As we are back from commercial break, Lance Archer in control of Danielson. WWE current success is because of Triple H, Cody Rhodes, and the Bloodline storyline. Vince didn't care about AEW, which is why he was okay with releasing talent, bad booking, and ruining NXT. 100%, Richard. Vince didn't give a shit about anything. Apparently maybe a bad choice of words on my part, folks. Vince seemed preoccupied with his extracurriculars. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor going around lately. So, yeah, Vince didn't give a fuck about if the fans were happy or sad. He didn't care if they booed. They were having trouble selling tickets. They were on a downward spiral. Took over NXT, turned that into the Rainbow brand, which fucking went to shit. Oh, Danielson up and over off the top. And eats a huge crossbody from Archer. Danielson for the win. But yeah, so I mean, again, it felt like, for whatever reason, it felt like when Triple H took over, it shook Tony Khan's confidence. Because for the longest time, Tony Khan was kind of like the Robin Hood of wrestling. He was stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. right? Giving all the money to people that were never going to get a chance with WWE, opening more doors, opening more opportunities. He was really that guy. He was the hero. Everybody loved him. He was Peachy Key, the billionaire that just wants to throw money around. But he was up against Vince McMahon, an easy enemy to have, easily to make, it wasn't a struggle for Tony Khan to make Vince McMahon the heel. It worked. And then Triple H took over. And right now, when the game, pun intended, when the game got serious, Tony hasn't been able to match it. I think he lost all momentum, spent way too much time worrying about what the WWE was doing, and not enough time on what's happening in-house. Losing Cody sucks. Losing Punk sucks. If he continues to lose talent, it's really going to suck. Lance Archer going old school, and Danielson trips him up. Vince saved NXT before it was full of 35-year-old guys. If you were 35 and you shouldn't be in the developmental. Yeah, but think about how bad the booking got. I stopped watching. I left Nick here on Tuesdays with someone else because I would not watch NXT. So as much as you might be kind of right as far as changing the developmental approach, nonetheless, it got worse. It got really bad. We got a front guillotine by Danielson. Oh, looking, trying to get that LaBelle lock in. TK demanded WWE era an AEW promo essentially by using Billy Gunn. Yeah, I remember all that. And I mean, again, but he has every right to do so. I mean, it's funny because that is a Vince McMahon thing to do. And I say it, with each passing day, Tony Khan becomes more like Vince McMahon than anyone else. He's becoming exactly what he hated. He books what he wants. He doesn't give a fuck about fan reaction for a lot of cases, or else he would book better or push other people. Yeah, it's crazy. Triple H sees Tony Khan as a money mark. Everybody sees Tony Khan as a money mark, including the people who are like, Tony's the best. We love him. Right, Adam Copeland? As long as he's paying your check, he's awesome. Danielson in the ring alone. Off the ropes. Going for a drop kick. I think Triple H likes TK. He overpays older wrestlers he doesn't need on his roster and allows them to pick out. Yeah, I'm sure. Right? And again, Adam Copeland's a good example. Adam Copeland had a contract from WWE, but they were moving him into that part of his career where he was a special attraction. He was going to be like Brock Lesnar or others we've seen, like a John Cena, where they come in 3-4 times a year, maybe a couple TV appearances, a couple pay-per-views, less money, less appearances. That's where we're at with you, Adam Copeland. And Adam Copeland says to Triple H, well, the guy down the road is going to pay me a few $1 million. I'm going to have to work a little bit more, but not much. And Triple H smiles and goes, all the best, sir. And that's why there is no hard feelings with a lot of the wrestlers in the companies, because they know what's happening. Danielson with the drop kick, looking for the yes kicks. TK is a spoiled little brat and never struggled in his life. Fact. Ooh, big thuds on these kicks. Decent match. I would argue that this match hasn't been as good as Ospreay and Hobbs, but I'm enjoying it. Big choke slam. Jesus. Does it trip anyone out that somebody that never gets booked can push one of your best wrestlers to the limit like this? Am I being picky? Sup, John? How you doing? I'm a fan of all wrestling, and I enjoy the Mania week. So far, screw the tribalism. There's room for all of us. Eric, welcome to the Wrestling Utopia. You've come to the right place. I don't care about the tribalism. I really don't. And we're going to prove it. Tonight, we got AEW Dynamite. Tomorrow, we will be here tomorrow afternoon, I believe 4 p.m. for Bloodsport. It's going to be a fun one. Shayna Baszler's going to be there. We're back for TNA tomorrow night. Friday afternoon, we're here for Wrestling Revolver versus House of Glory. Then we're here for Supercard of Honor, SmackDown, the Hall of Fame, Rampage. Again, what more do we have to say? Nobody watches more live wrestling than Wrestling for Life Network. Be a friend, tell a friend, click like, share, subscribe. Be a part of all the fun. This is the place you can come and talk wrestling, and as long as you keep it respectful, we got nothing but love. Danielson going for the sleeper. Still hoping Trips comes out as the yeah, I don't think so. I think the days of dressing up as the Croc are past us, my friend. Vince did not give H hard issues. I was kind of being funny, but thanks. But good to see you, Bash. But that many guys who stayed there for 8 years. I might need context on that vagina. Chicken vagina. Danielson for the win. I'm sure Triple H, like Tony Khan, is giving Mercedes an edge. His long-term friends. Yeah, again, Mercedes is going to get like Mercedes is going to cash in on like a 3-year contract and make, more than everybody else, and then go back to the WWE when she's done getting paid. And more kicks from Danielson. And there it is. The psycho knee. And it's over. Thanks for coming, Lance. We barely knew ya. There you go, Brian. I will definitely get back with you anyway. All right, Bobby. Punk won't get himself fired from WWE. No, he'll be fine. Let's hope MJF shows up in WWE this weekend. Again, I said it, folks. And it's not even about the wrestling for me. I have a partner I do this with, and I just want to see him go into absolute fits live. I think it would be this channel's viral moment if MJF shows up in the WWE with Nick on screen. I just think that's going to be our moment. 2-0 as Danielson celebrates his victory. 2-0. TK don't know nothing about eating, sleep for dinner. All right. Ryan Darnell, did MJF sign with WWE? Not to my knowledge. I believe my theory is that he's still locked into a long-term deal with AEW. I do not expect him to leave, but what do I know? I'm just guessing. LA Knight, yeah. I don't know how we got there. Archer is absolutely a glorified jobber, 100%. It's unfortunate. I'm a big fan. WrestleMania 40, I make for you, brother. 300 shape to you, brother. What? AEW is the best. Jordan, brother, much appreciated. Did MJF sign with WWE? No, not that I know of yet. All right, what else we got here? Up next, Chris Jericho, and the crowd booed. There was boos when they said up next, Jericho will call out Hook. Now, I will ask the 100 people that are hanging out with me right now, why is he calling out Hook? What is up with that? What is the purpose between this? Like, what is he calling him out about? Last week, he offered him his friendship, his mentorship, his services, pause. But this week, he's calling him out. I don't know. Who else we got? I love Edge. He changed the game. Fair enough. Daniel Bryan beating guys way bigger than him week in and week out is so unbelievable. Who is he? Bruce Lee. He's the Bruce Lee of wrestling. And again, I mean, I'm okay with making exceptions. And if Daniel Bryan or whatever gets to be that exception, I can live with it. It's when they all do it, right? When the Gates of Agony are losing to Hook and fucking Danhausen or whatever, then I got a problem. Another banger. It was a good match. I would argue the first match was better than the second match, but 2 good matches to start the show tonight. Absolutely. Finally, wrestling is on this week. There you go. Mike's thrilled. There we go. I love the AEW roster, just not for the way things are being run. I know it's wishful thinking, but imagine if Papa H and TK would one day have their own Forbidden Door and how that would change the industry. Yeah, and again, I understand it would be fun. Absolutely. But then again, it would be like WWE facing old WWE wrestlers for the most part. But at the end of the day, I think that, yeah, I mean, they both got really good rosters. I'm with you, Jackie. I really am. I like the rosters. I like what they bring to the table. I have no issue. It's more about presentation. And we are in commercial break for anyone who was guessing. Dun, dun, dun. MTB, we should have known AEW was eventually going to become consistently mid, just like the Jaguars of Jacksonville. Maybe facts, right? And again, it is what it is, man. You take it for what it's worth. AEW has lots of talent, just need someone to run it who has wrestling experience. I do not understand why Tony can't step back. And again, I think partly because guys like Meltzer had been blowing him so hard for so long that, he got in his, I'm the best booker ever. I'm the best guy that ever did this. Fuck Crockett. Crockett knew nothing. I got this. He kind of let it go to his head. And at the end of the day, I really struggle with it. And I think that if he just stepped back, like he can be the last line, right? Like he can be the top of the mountain, but you let everyone else come up with the stories and then work it through him. There's a lack of consistency. There's a lack of continuity. Yeah. 2-0, another good match. Yeah. 2-0. I'm with you. Renee Paquette on the stage, looking lovely tonight. AEW and TNA are great options for guys to cycle out and become hot commodities again, even when what Cardona has done without a contract has allowed him to become extremely entertaining to watch. Cardona's kind of set the new blueprint as the Lionheart. Is it really weird that he got rid of Judas and now he comes up to the Lionheart? Like, is it because it makes him younger? What? Like, I don't get it. When he was a heel forever, we had to listen to Judas. But yeah, no, AEW, TNA, I mean, having competition and having places for wrestlers to go when they get released or they walk away and they're not happy, having options makes wrestling better, 100%. Okay, so Jericho, they're booing him. Hit the hook signal. He's trying to be babyface, and they're just booing him. And here comes Hook. Best thing in AEW is had a hand in creating this Wrestling for Life family that we have growing here, where we can talk about or bitch. I'll take that about all these different shows. At least I think so. Much love, brother Jackie. I appreciate all of that. That is beautifully said. And again, yeah, I mean, again, if AEW didn't come along, we wouldn't have this channel. It wouldn't have been a thing. So that's facts. So thank you, Tony Khan. I'll give you some praise, even though I punch at your company all the time. MJF will never step foot in WWE. I will take that bet. I don't think he's a free agent and able to do it now. MJF will be in the WWE one day, 100%. I do not doubt that. This is a young man who wants to be in movies, wants to have the biggest name possible. You don't think he wants to be on that WrestleMania stage one day? I will happily take that bet. The crowd is all booing Jericho. This is fucking atrocious. Sup, Kevin? Julia from Stardom was spotted in America at an airport, and everyone is going crazy that she may show up. She could show up. I think Julia should feud or be a part of Damage Control. Hook believes in him. Hook got Jericho and him a match. I'll be keeping my eye on you. Why is Hook talking to Chris like he's the older one? Bet. Jericho, you're not cool. This Jericho shit sucks. All right, folks. Where are all my AEW enthusiasts that get mad when I make fun of AEW? This Jericho shit is atrocious. Horrible. Horrible. And we are getting, we're going to Shane Taylor Promotions. I'm good with that. Big fan. Let's be greedy for a moment. Imagine if MJF did show up at Mania. Wow, I'm all types of greedy. Again, I think it would be absolutely epic. How could it not be epic? But my God, Tony Khan will be very upset. Who would he'd have to send out the whole roster to do a promo next week on Dynamite. Oh, okay. So Shane Taylor Promotions is going to take on the Ocho and Hook on Saturday at fucking 11:30 p.m. And no, we're not going to watch it. We might. You never know. Lance Archer versus Brian Cage in a giant jobber match. Facts. They're calling them Lion Hook. I hate this. This fucking Jericho stuff is garbage. The crowd was silent. The crowd that did make noise booed. I don't get why, when he was a heel for so long, why are we getting the Lionheart entrance now? And here's Jay White. Let's go. Big fan, big fan. The Jericho shit sucks. And that's an example of Tony Khan not being a boss. And Billy Gunn laying out Jay White in the aisleway. So, folks, who are you taking, Jay White? Or are you taking Daddy Ass? Shane Taylor never wins. He's not going to win on Saturday. And I love Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor's a guy that if you gave him, you already gave him Lee Moriarty, give him a couple bodies, Keith Lee when he's healthy, and you really could do something cool with Shane Taylor Promotions on Dynamite. Shane Taylor's a guy that brings personality, and AEW lacks personality. It's not like Cheese Whiz. That's an old one for everybody out there. You get that reference, I'm a fan. I love Julia and Vegeta. Collision is going against NXT, man. Please, LOL, whoop that trick. When's that happening? Yep, Jericho stuff is whack. Yeah, even at the end, like he pauses, he's like, bet. It's like your dad trying to like be cool when your friends are over at your place, right? Like, hey, what's going on, bros? Like, bet. Fuck off, Jericho. That's not part of your vernacular. Get out of here. It's not good. Promo sucked. Oh, God. Here we go with the Hook thing. So they tag team together. Then Jericho says, well, I want to be your mentor, friend, helper. And then Hook books a tag team match, which you think based on last week, they would have had, like, Hook would book a singles match where Jericho would be like Arn Anderson, like send him out there with the Waffle House menu, and he stands at ringside and mentors the kid. But now he's back in a tag match with the kid. This is fucking awful. The crowd did not give two shits about Jericho. I don't care what anyone tries to convince me. Man, that sucked the life out of the show. Billy Gunn in control of Jay White right now. Really bad segment. Why was that segment on the stage instead of in the back like the other segments? By the way, the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys are watching in the back. Sounds funny. After nearly 5 years at AEW and seeing them drop the ball on signee after signee, it makes it even more impressive that MJF ever got over in that place, let alone to his degree. See, money, I think that's amazing, and I completely agree with that. The fact, those who have found a way to get themselves over, especially as a relatively unknown talent, it's one thing for Danielson to still be cool, right? But for the fact that the fact that MJF climbed the mountain the way he did, MJF survived 13 months of fucking Jericho. Think about that. That's impressive to me. That he got literally leeched upon for 13 months by Jericho and ends up coming out of it okay. Yes, man. But yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly what it is, you got to give MJF credit. He became the heart and soul of the shows. He became, everything so much circled around him. You got to give the kid credit. And that's why I do think that there's a good chance he doesn't stay in AEW long term. I don't think he's going to be a Mania, though. Man, Shane Taylor never wins. Got that one. Jay White for the win. Jay wins. Raw after Mania. Can't wait. Do you think we get Howdy on the Raw after Mania? I do. And you know what? Somebody remind me next commercial to go back and circle around to the Uncle Howdy stuff, because I know myself and Nick have debated, and him and I aren't quite on the same page with this one. I am absolutely fucking thrilled about it. And after watching the documentary twice, I am more than ever fully behind what Bo Dallas wants to do here. But next commercial, I'll try and revisit that. Jay wins. Shane does have personality, but he's big, so he loses. Facts. Hook should be the TNT champion right now. Hook should be in Ring of Honor, in my opinion. AEW is 0-2 on promos tonight. Facts. But 2-0 in matches. Now, this match, a lot of just running around the ring and not doing much wrestling. Stand and Deliver, 12 p.m. We will be live at 11:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Brunch with the boys kicks off our WrestleMania marathon. We're going to have 2 watch-alongs. We're going to have games. We're going to have a sing-along with Anthony. We got so much coming. 10-plus hour stream, and we are doing a sub drive. We want to hit 5K subscribers, preferably right away. There you go. MDB got me. Jay White for the win, says Danny. There you go. Shane Taylor is a big guy, so he's only used for jobs. It's fact. Fact. Anyone tried Woo Drink? I'm afraid I'll get old and irrelevant. I don't even know where to get it. It's like Woo Wings. I want to try them, but I don't know where to find them. Billy goes for a kick. Jay moves out of the way, and this match is moving at the proverbial snail's pace. AEW doesn't book big guys well, even though the big guys have the most personality and credibility, like Wardlow, Archer, Keith Lee, and Shane. It's a weird anomaly about AEW. I don't know if it's just that like Tony Khan feels more comfortable with guys that are his size. I don't know what it is. Anyone else have a theory out there? Is it if you book the big guys too strong that the little guys that you love, like Orange Cassidy and Hook, can't be interesting? I don't know, guys. I really don't. I don't understand. Jay White holding on to the ropes. Billy trying to get a hold of him. So Jay White's doing a lot of duck and running. And back out to the floor. Holy fuck, we just got in the ring. Jay White wins. Shane does have personality. Got that one. Hook should be in TT. No, Hook should be in Ring of Honor. I'm hating this Avengers narrative. If that happens, it's a watered down Cody's title, win accomplishment. He finishes the story, would have an asterisk. Nah, no way, no way, no way. The goal here, like anything else, and again, it's if everyone's taking shots at Roman, that's an issue. But having assistance to clear the path to the champion, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't water down shit. If Cody is the first guy to come up with a plan that successfully pins Roman's shoulders to the mat, it doesn't matter how he got there. Billy could be a great trainer again. I'm sure Triple H wants his friend back. Quite possibly, but Billy Gunn, again, I'm sure he's had conversations with Triple H. Yeah, man, I'd love to come over, but this fucker's paying me like ridiculous money just to kind of hang out and be fun. The Acclaim loves them some ass, boys. Facts. Have the Acclaim turned on Billy Gunn and rejoined the Bullet Club? No, they have not, and I don't expect them to. The whole Bang Bang Scissor Gang was fucking stupid, and they dropped the ball on this one completely in the sense that you had a really good opportunity. You had Jay White come out, and Jay White wanted to get his hands on the Undisputed Kingdom. That's the storyline that needed to happen. You had to keep the Undisputed Kingdom relevant, because if the plan is that Adam Cole's going to get healthy, and then MJF's going to get healthy, and they're both just going to show up, and we're going to restart this whole feud rivalry, I don't know if it's going to get over. You got to keep things going now. Build. So by the time MJF's ready to come back, Adam Cole and company have been destroying everybody. We need a hero. We need a hero. And it gets to be MJF. What's up, Matt? Matt's about to get kicked out. I did not watch the Bray documentary yet, but I know Bo Dallas has plans to start the faction. All right, we are in picture-in-picture. So real quick, early in the documentary, Bo Dallas talks about continuing the legacy that, when he's talking to Jason, the gentleman that created a lot of all of the masks and the outfits. He made reference to it early on, and I wanted to clip it out and put it out, and maybe I still will. So that, again, one red flag or one kind of ding. Oh, and then they talk about it later in the show. And again, it's about continuing the legacy. It's not a tribute. It's not necessarily just paying homage. They're not like, Stuns and Roses, the tribute band. This is a continuation of the story. So if you think about it, and I hate to kind of boil it down to this, but if you think about, a movie series or something like that, where you lose a character, but the next time another character is there to kind of carry it on. I'm glad you like that, MDB. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great, and I'm so excited for it. And then at the very end, spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen it, but at the very end of the documentary, we get a little bit of glitchy, and then the lantern clicks back on, and Howdy's behind it. I'm all for it. I'm all for this as such an epic mark for Bray Wyatt. And watching that documentary twice only solidified why so many people love this guy. They really want to do it right. And I think there's going to be a lot of creative put behind it, a lot of thought. And I think Bo Dallas is great. So I'm all on board for this, and I can't just wait to see what happens. Tony just has man crushes on small wrestlers because he wants to be them so bad. Facts. By the way, this match is still going on. Back out to the floor again. Very slow match. They aren't training him on promos at all. For the most of 2023, he was hardly used, and they're booking him well. Either it would trust Sean with his development. I think if you're still talking about Hook going to NXT would be outstanding. I'm just guessing. I missed some of these comments, but Hook going to NXT would be outstanding for Hook. Both men down. James, Darby, Wardlow, MJF, Swerve, Samoa Joe, former WWE guys, basically. Okay. Matt. If CM Punk's made TK fear for his life, imagine how the big guys make him feel. Facts. Vince likes big, beefy men, and TK likes little twinks. Oh, what the heck is this match? This match is called Slow. So you went from the Jericho promo bullshit to this, and the energy the crowd had for the first part of the show dissipated quick. You have my permission. Dude, we'll be all right. Trust me. We'll get there. This match is doing nothing for Jay White. Nope. As he eats a Faymaster. I know Billy is in great shape, but he cannot have a great match with someone like White at this stage. Jay White is one of the most disappointing things. Rumored Jay White was going to end up in WWE. Again, another guy that got offered more money, more flexibility, and he signs with AEW. Supposed to be a big deal. And Jay White has been booked into oblivion as Billy Gunn goes and gets a chair. Why is the baby face going to get a chair? And Austin and Colton are out, and the crowd's booing as they beg for mercy. Why would the baby face go get a fucking chair? AEW doesn't like using monsters, big men. And a big low blow. Holy fuck. So Jay White gets DQ'd for the low blow. So we're going to get a trios match at Dynasty if we haven't figured that out yet. AEW doesn't like using big men like WWE does with Omos, Bronson, and Bobby. I mean, that's a little bit of a narrow scope because there's a lot of big men that get a lot of love. And I would argue that Omos got more love than he deserved. Bobby's been a champion. Bronson's new and coming. Pause. He could become incredibly at everything, Richard, and still I wouldn't be able to stand him. Fair enough. All right, so the Acclaim roll in, Jay roll out. They chase Jay. This has been a complete waste of time. Thank you for coming. Hook should be an OVW. Wouldn't hurt. Double leg takedowns. The crowd is just not caring at all. Billy destroys Jay White. How can Billy still look that good? Bart Gunn still in shape too? I haven't seen Bart in a hot minute, but Billy, I give the guy all the credit in the world, man. Phenomenal shape for his age. The crowd does not give a shit about this at all. AEW books based on who can give 5-star matches, not personality or apparently I can't read or speak at the same time. Personality or methodical matches. Thank you. I got it out. See, that's good. I've said a lot of words. Name a big man that has had a 5-star match. Their presence alone is 1v1 slows down the match. You got a good point there, kid, on a lot of that. And again, it's so weird to continually talk about. And I saw Meltzer and Alvarez try and counter some of what Punk had to say, but he's not wrong in as far as those ratings go and why people give a fuck. So the Bullet Club runs off. Hook should be in NXT. I'm with that. Let's make Ja look weak. Jay look weak? Yeah. Jay looked weak. And the babyface comes in the ring with a chair to hit the heel. The heel throws a low blow in self-defense and loses because you can't do that. It's just a weird way to do all this. And here are the Bucks. The Bang Bang Scissor Gang was made for the Undisputed Kingdom, and they didn't interact with them once. No, it was fucking dumb. The Dynamite after World's End, they all came out and they were going to, get a revenge for all the shit the Undisputed Kingdom did while messing with MJF. And then after that night, they forgot about it. Do you remember the night that Adam Page Hangman showed up late and was furious? I'm going to kill him. I'm going to get him. Sue's here. Everybody was matching, yeah, all right. I don't know why I popped for Sue, but pause. So Young Bucks versus the Best Friends will take on the winner of Top Flight and FTR. So it feels like the Young Bucks and FTR are going to go to Dynasty, and the FTR is going to take a knee. Going to fucking lay down for the Bucks. Sad. Is jealous of their size. Gotcha, Chair. Yeah, potentially. As we are maybe going to Willow. Wow, they fucking melted this show in the middle, did they not? Acclaimed and the BCG was never an enticing feud. It was dead on arrival, 100%. They didn't do it right. They didn't do it right. And they were only friends for 3 weeks. It's like, hey, we should get together and be this super group. And then a couple weeks later, they're like, oh, you guys are dicks. You're like, you knew we were dicks when we became friends. The fuck? You knew what I was. You knew who we were. Why are you mad at us? So now we got Will Statlander looking like she's like a bodyguard. Not even you dressed in all black and wear glasses so you don't take the attention off Willow. Poor Statlander. I'd give Statlander more money than half this fucking roster. So she's cutting a babyface promo. Anyone else confused? She should, but the way things are going, I think Golden Gunn has talent to be a single wrestler. Would love to see him. I'd like to see both Guns in NXT. I think the Guns have a lot of talent, a lot of charisma, a lot of energy. If you guys go back to the pandemic era when they were they were like the leaders of the locker room in the crowd, and they were cutting videos all the time for social media. The Guns did a lot for AEW during those times. I think they deserve so much better. I wish the AEW tag team division comes back. Maybe Dynasty is where it starts all over again. But AEW used to brag about being the best tag team wrestling in the world. In the beginning, it was really doing good. I would love the tag team division to come back to this company now. She said something about a white eagle, I think. I don't know. Someone help me with that. Stat, poor stat. What is this shit? What is it? Acclaim versus BCG was never got it. It won't get over. It is over 100%. Stuns and Roses. I'm glad you like that. DX chops. I mean, Triple H hasn't made Omos world champion yet. Well, yeah, right. Jay White should not be struggling with Billy Gunn. Jay White should do better. Yeah. And be involved with better. Okay, the crowd's getting behind her. This is such a confusing fucking promo. And I like it. I really like this promo. But it's not strong. I just like what she's saying. It's going to be a continuation, Chair. Like the legacy continues. Jay White, more like Jay not quite. Leave my cousin alone, MDB. So Bibbins was a heel trying to turn Willow and Stat into heels. A banger. I love Bibbins. Bibbins, let's go. But is Sasha Banks not technically going to be the babyface in this scenario? Am I wrong about that? What am I thinking here? This is so kooky. And we got an interruption as the CEO. Why are we on the stage? Not enough shit happens in the ring. This is my early vote for worst match of the year. Fucking hell. But here's the heel. The self-righteous, pretentious, stuck-up, overpaid heel. I don't even like her face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So these two aren't getting along, but they both come out and cut babyface promos. Because he's clearly limited in the ring and is talented as a big man and trust. Yeah, I mean, I understand why the match wasn't what it was. Just don't book that match. Put Jay White in better shit. I wish Ring of Honor would take over Rampage 100%. Mark, you've heard us say it a million times. Ring of Honor Rampage every Friday night, make it destination. And only young, up-and-coming talent we don't know of. Stop putting all your fucking washed up people that you're not using. I don't want to see the Dark Order. I don't want to see fucking, AEW Dark of Honor on Fridays. You make it Ring of Honor. That was it? Wait, Double or Nothing? Honestly, is she not a fucking heel? Is she not a heel? What is babyface about this lady's attitude? And did she just come out to say she's going to fight the TBS champion at Double or Nothing? So Sasha Banks ain't doing shit till Double or Nothing? And why is she fighting the TBS champion? Is she not the highest paid woman in all of wrestling? What the fuck? Someone help me. KJ White, greater than Jay White. I'll accept that. I'm a better talker. That's about it. 2-1. Well, 2-1. Jay lost. This show was going so well and came to an absolute fucking mud puddle and just this match. So I'm behind. I'm catching up. Aubrey's terrible. Aubrey makes me laugh. She's ridiculous. Now getting buried in a beatdown. Yeah, Daddy Ass needs to stop saying suck it. I don't think he's ever going to stop saying it. I think we're stuck with, I mean, it's just, it's almost muscle memory for him now. He hits a move, suck it. Can't help it. Can't help it. They continue to bury the Bullet Club. It hasn't been good. And again, ever since the Acclaimed went to the trios with Billy was bad. It didn't make any sense. Again, in what world does, I mean, I don't know. It's just so far-fetched. It would have been better if Billy Gunn went heel with his kids and not join the Acclaimed. He chose the Acclaimed over his children. Come on, Pops. Give Dynamite 3 hours and have Rampage on Ring of Honor Rampage. If you give Dynamite 3 hours, I'll stop watching. Unless they got a trick up their sleeve. But I will not watch 3 hours of Dynamite. Fuck that shit. Most weeks I struggle with 3 hours of fucking Raw, and I like what's happening. You can't do 3 hours of this. This Acclaimed feud sucks from day one. Facts. None of it made sense. And remember when the Acclaimed were so over? And I said, if you book them too fast, you'll burn them out and nobody will give a fuck about them. And here we are. And that's exactly what happened with them. They just burned out. Remember when everyone got upset they didn't win the tag belts the first try? They pissed and moaned. So the very next chance they got the belts. You just should have made them chase. Let everyone cheer for the baby faces. Oh man, they were unlucky. Have a try again. Oh man, they were unlucky. It's called building. It's called anticipation. It's called storytelling. Wow, TK burying the Bullet Club. AKJ coming in late. That Jericho match was horrible. We didn't have a Jericho match. And to answer your question, Jericho's ego, he has to be in the front of an audience. Yeah, it's so fucked. Why not just do that in the back? That was a waste of time. And even that, I don't know why that was done the way it was. It was really clunky when everyone turned backwards, right? You have Renee and everybody facing, like, have their back to the crowd. And I don't even know what the fuck Sasha's point was. Sasha is officially the most overpaid person in all of wrestling. This is a mess. This match is going to sleep. Dumb and Dumber have arrived. All right, I got to catch up. Willow's a hottie. I liked what Willow had to say as far as being an inspirational babyface. Really good message for the weirdos out there, the chubbies, she's a good-looking girl, and she's a really good babyface. And then the apparent babyface who comes out and acts like an arrogant asshole, it's so confusing. Apparently, Otis thought Io Sky's name was Leo Sky. Probably wouldn't surprise me. As here comes Nicholas and Matthew. So the ratings and the excitement are just going to continue to go through the roof. What the fuck is happening? I need Statlander to turn on Willow. Yeah, I'd accept that. This promo is weak. 1 and 3. It's nice when you bring out a hometown to get cheers. Yeah, I was okay with it. My argument, again, if you're setting up Willow, and they just told us what's going to happen, guys. That's what makes me so mad about what just happened. And if I'm wrong, correct me. Mercedes comes out and says, I'm going to fight for the TBS title at Dynasty or at Double or Nothing. Well, does that not already tell you who's going to have the belt going into Double or Nothing? Yeah, kind of gave that one away. Oops, my bad. Willow is just making herself more babyface, which is weird because Mercedes is face too. Yeah, right. I'm with you. And Mercedes is not a good babyface. But ladies and gentlemen, I got Jane, which means we get the best friends. TK, where is Mercedes tonight? Found her. Otis thinks Chad Gable is a piece of chicken. Run. I think Kevin Dunn is all elite. I like it. CEO, Robert's happy. Here's Mercedes. Yeah. You got Sue's coming to the ring. Sue's coming to the ring. Chuck is coming with a chair. I guess the chair's for Sue. CEO of Walmart. Boo, CEO, no CEO. What is she the CEO of? Mercedes, why? Why do you want the TBS title? Help me, Rhonda. I have no idea. Mercedes is great. Let's go, CEO. Sorry, Damien. If you can give me an example of what the greatness we've seen in the last 4 weeks, I'd happily agree with you, my friend. But I ain't seeing anything. The middle of this show is completely shit the bed. It is. It's been a complete fucking shit sandwich. I hope we got a plan for the end of it, so at least we get 2 pieces of bread. So Mercedes isn't wrestling until Double or Nothing. Bro, fucking hell. Who knows? They might put her in a tag team match. It's because she's brittle. They're afraid they'll break her before a pay-per-view. But if you brought her in at big... Look, you should have brought her in at Revolution. If they couldn't or they didn't want to, fine. It was fucking dumb. You bring her in a big business, it does no business or not very much business. Then you have a pay-per-view coming up, Dynasty. Well, why would you not have the CEO cement who she is to this company at a show called Dynasty? Nah, we don't need her on that pay-per-view. Save her for Double or Nothing. Help me understand. Help me understand. I'm with you on that one, Easy Bake. Again, nothing wrong with her. The way they're booking her is fucking stupid. Bucks win. Oh, by the way, I'll take a prediction. You got best friends with the Bucks. Matt said, Scapegoat, I love your work. Yeah, of course he did. Bucks are still great in the ring. Should be a great match. I don't think the Bucks are great in the ring, guys. The Bucks do very similar spots every single match. I don't think they're overly creative. I don't think they're overly exciting. And again, I think the ratings and the fan. Wow. Trent just went into the ropes. Was that on purpose? The Young Dorks. WWE. How could 3 minutes be boring, Eric? Jesus Christ. We got the fucking attention span of a goldfish. It was boring. I thought for 3 minutes, Dragon Lee and Ricochet were fun as shit. They ran around like crazy men. They hit big spots. Ricochet picks up a win. Bronson, I mean, his win was maybe not as, high flying, but Cedric was in there with him. 3 minutes. You got bored in 3 minutes, my friend. Help me understand. I'm not watching 3 hours of AEW. I would rather literally do anything else. Fucking hell. Matthew to the outside and Nicholas. Trent up over. Lands on the apron. Oh, gets his feet swept. There is no logic to this company. Remember, long-term booking. It doesn't matter. And I think that's what Punk's point was. And then those people, powerbomb on OC on the apron. Punk's point was this isn't about making the money or the business, da-da-da-da. And based on what we've seen for the last, 14, 15, 16 months, it kind of sounds like he's right. And I know people don't want to believe Punk. I know there's people out there that think everything Punk comes out of his mouth is bullshit. But keep in mind, if he was just slandering, he'd get sued. Hey, I know that dude. Who's that dude behind Taz? Okay, so we got Purple Buck cutting the picture-in-picture as we go to commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. The show rolls on. We got about 30 minutes or so left in this one. The Young Bucks are taking on the Best Friends to see who will go to the finals of the tag team tournament. And we know it's going to be the Bucks. The Bucks are definitely spot monkeys. Listen, there was a time where I thought the Bucks were great, but the Bucks were never marquee guys. Like, they were mid-card in New Japan. They always hang around. The Young Bucks did a really good job in their career hanging around better wrestlers. Let me put it that way. When were they ever the leaders of something? They were always sidekicks. They were lower on the card. It was the Kenny Omegas of the world, the Codys of the world, the AJs of the world that were on the main, in the main spot. The Bucks have done a really good job of being friends with good wrestlers. Now, do they do some really good spots? Absolutely. Are their matches worth shit? Not very often. The Bucks win because I say so. The Bucks win because they cut a deal. We'll let Sting retire as a champion, but we get the belts at Dynasty. Young Bucks for the win. FTR versus Top Flight is the semifinal match. Yes, it is. Man, it's got to be FTR, right? Is Top Flight going to steal the match from FTR, and would it be Top Flight versus the Bucks? Bucks for the win. In 4 weeks, Mercedes hasn't done much. Her impact should have been immediate, but it's been a slow burn. It's not been a slow burn. It's been a wet fart. Sorry to be crude, but it has not done anything. And what we just saw there, Willow gets a huge reaction from the crowd, and then another babyface comes out and basically says, the match that's happening at Dynasty is a foregone conclusion. I'm going to see Willow at Double or Nothing. To me, not a good move. And then she did like a fucking awkward moonwalk down the fucking stage, and then we went home. That's what you're paying her all these millions for. They have an 80% win rate in 2024 tag team matches. The Bucks, maybe. Oh, the Bucks. I'm going best friends. Robert, I'd be shocked. I'll give you a high five if you're right on this one. The Young Bucks just had the weakest pyro ever. What the fuck? I didn't even see it. They usually have decent. I know a girl who is a practitioner of the black sock technique. All right. Shout out to that. Got that one. Young Bucks for the win. Young Bucks for the win. Danny, Bucks for the win. CM Punk is telling the truth 100%. Yep, I agree. And that's why Tony Schiavone wouldn't answer to it. Tony Schiavone could have easily said, yep, that happened. I had to go to Punk because Punk, but he can't because he knows who butters his bread. He ain't fucking dumb. Did you catch, Cody? I disagree. AEW's Sunshine and Rainbows rebuttal. It was definitely the wording he chose was, that's not my assessment, which is fair. People go to work at places all the time. Some people think the job is amazing. Other people think the job sucks. His assessment of the company is not the same as Punk's. Didn't say Punk was wrong. Didn't say Punk was right. Just said, I don't assess it the same way. And I'm very proud of all the things that we try to accomplish, which, again, Cody's very political. Cody will do well if he wants to run for fucking mayor. But at the end of the day, he didn't necessarily rebut Punk. He just gave his slant to it. And again, he constantly talks about, I'm still friends with the Bucks and Kenny and da-da-da-da-da-da. And he has a sense of pride in the company. I'm sure there's a part of him like, fuck, guys, do better. OC with the elbow from the top. Both Bucks miss. The ref just bouncing back and forth for no reason. Oh, and OC gets gets caught. Fake. Wow. Fake super kicks into DDTs. The last thing I was truly invested in on the show, other than the debut of Cody versus Brody Lee. The last thing I was truly invested in on this show, other than, okay. Commercial break. Yeah, the Bucks through to break. We're back from the break. Wow, down goes OC. The crowd pretty quiet for this match too. I don't particularly like Punk, but he's 100% right. Again, whether you love or hate Punk, it's hard. I think a lot of what we are seeing as fans can be support Punk's argument. People don't want to believe it, but I find it hard not to. When are we going to see Okada again? As far as I know, Okada is around. I think Dynasty? Okada's got to be a Dynasty, right? The tools are ruining TV. Well, they're doing the soft kicks. OC ducks the EVP trigger. The Bucks hit their knees. Big DDT by OC. Here comes another one. Second DDT. Sue loving it. Why is Sue at ringside? The fuck? Young Bucks for the win, kind of rooting for FTR in this situation. Again, if you, I don't like their odds. 2 count. And one of the Bucks might be bleeding from the mouth. The Bucks were friends with a lot of better wrestlers. That's my take. I can't do a fucking triple indie, Lindy, flippy, twisty fucking bullshit from the top rope. I can't. But, if you just do those moves and it looks fake and boring, look how quiet the crowd is, guys. Do you remember how loud the crowd was in the first 2 matches? Do you guys remember how loud the crowd was when we started this show? They don't give a fuck about this. I was at the SmackDown when they filmed Axiom on Speed. That sounds so funny. Axiom seems like he might be on speed. My final Young Bucks versus FTR Dynasty. I believe that will be the case. Breaks my heart that the FTR is going to go under. Did they change the name of the Meltzer driver to the TK driver? Did that just happen? Young Bucks for the win. And Punk hated how TK was running things backstage. I agree. I think I'd be very similar to Punk, that I'd be very frustrated with a lack of direction and not having the boss step in when he needed to. I think it would drive me nuts. And I saw a lot of bleeding hearts on Instagram, on TikTok. Can you believe he said I just choked him? Like, in what world can you say I just choked him? Holy fuck. Clearly people that have never been in a sports fucking environment that don't get it. And he was right. I didn't knock him out. We got heated. We got face to face. I put him in a headlock. I can't believe he did that. You just don't touch another human being. You do if they're in your face. Matthew threatening to kick Sue. Why is Sue here? Why is Sue here? Suey. AEW is a frat house of inmates running the asylum, and St. Phil was culpable in all matters as well. As Sue slaps Matthew, the Bucks are dipshits, and Punk never sees himself as an issue. Yeah, listen, Punk made mistakes. I'm not letting Punk off the hook, but I'm so tired of talking about it. But Punk is just like, Punk could have handled shit better. Punk could have let Jungle Boy walk back to the back. Oh, Nicholas breaks it up. I thought that was it. I thought they were going to win. Superman punch. This match is chaos. Yeah, Punk could have handled things better, right? Punk could have ignored Jack Perry, been the adult, but he wanted fired. And we said it at the time. He wanted out. That's why he told Tony to go fuck himself the way he did. He wanted done. Sue gives Trent a kiss, and he's powering up. Fucking stupid. Sue's more over than anybody. Baretta hits the exposed turnbuckle. And we get a roll-up win. The Young Bucks are moving on. I mean, Mercedes may not be doing nothing, but she has my attention, I guess. Why? Mercedes called her shot, the winner of Willow and Julia, and she hasn't wrestled. How can... Oh, because the ranking system comes and goes as we see fit. Trent Beretta's mom is hot. There you go, Taylor. Who agrees with Trent? Just really hoping that somebody thinks it. But the Bucks with the win. One Buck walked off. The other Buck stayed. One of the greatest matches I ever saw live was the first Revolution, Omega and Hangman versus the Bucks. I hope they can get back to that. That'd be nice. That was a great match back then. Absolutely. And the best friends are in the ring dejected and upset. Are we finally going to get the Trent turn? I've been begging Trent to turn forever. People are trying to call Punk a hypocrite. I'd love to see how. Cody also didn't completely sabotage like Punk did. Facts. And again, when there was issues backstage with Cody, Cody gracefully wandered away. And that's it. That's the difference between Punk and Cody. Cody's not going to goozle somebody. Cody's not going to get in a fist fight backstage. Punk, a little more abrasive. Again, just different assessments of the situation. We're going. Yes! Oh my God, yes! Yes! The best thing in the show. About fucking time. Yes! Trent Baretta. Yes! I don't care. That's my favorite moment of the show. The match was a mess, but finally. Oh, thank you. Sue's mad at Trent. Finally. How long have I been asking for this man? Ever since he shaved his head, I was like, release Chuck Taylor. I don't wish that on anybody. Chucky, I don't know what he's doing. Apparently he's injured, but I feel like he's been injured for 4 years. Sue should orange punch the Young Bucks. A match ended kind of flat to me. The match was flat, and I think part of it is this shit is so predictable. And I know a lot of the tribal lists on AEW side say WWE is super predictable. I would argue AEW. What match has not been predictable tonight? Why, KJ? I cannot tell you why out of respect for this channel. Okay. This feels super indie. It is. Mercedes is hot. To who? This match is awful. Yeah, sorry, Robert. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Sue should do an orange punch. Got that one. 3-1. I thought the tag team matches actually involved tagging your partner. AEW can't even do a real tag team match. Facts. Trent turned. I'm fucking thrilled. The show was sucking so bad for the last 45 minutes. And then Trent turned, and I'm smiling ear to ear. Trent is turning heel. You can see it. Absolutely. Let's go. That match was trash. Heel turn. Yes, finally. Woo! Long overdue. Long overdue. We're not supposed to be this excited for heel turns, but it's awesome. Best friends, better enemies. Make the shirt. Let's go. Trent will feud with OC, lose, and disappear, or hardly be used. Yeah, he'll end up with Kazarian on fucking TNA. Thank you, Trent. Yeah, absolutely, Taylor. Finally. Trent might join the House of Black because they might have had Malachi Black in his eye. That'd be weird. I don't want Trent Baretta to go from one group to another group. Let Trent be Trent. Trent can wrestle. Trent is talented. Trent is a good wrestler. Use him. FTR Young Bucks. It looks that way, but there could Tony loves Top Flight, guys. So we'll come back next week and we'll talk and see how this works out. We'll also be here Saturday to talk about it, but could FTR steal that win? I don't know. But here comes Mariah May with Tony and Luther. I will give them credit. They figured out exactly what to do with Luther. This is perfect casting for Luther. Trent should steal his mom's car and dump her cupcakes out the window. No, next week Trent shows up and they paint flames on the fucking van. Right? They turn the minivan into like the shaggin' wagon. Vinny, Mercedes ain't got shit on Sky Blue, Anna, Tay, Julia. You are absolutely right, Vinny, in multiple ways. There are at least 5. To make it easy, there are at least 5 women on the AEW roster that I would give more money to than Mercedes Moné. At least 5. Look, attitude, charisma, promo skills, wrestling skills, all of the above. There's at least 5 women that I would pay more than Mercedes Moné. And one of them is right here, right now. Thunder Rosa looking all kinds of badass tonight. Breaking out her X-Men look. Tony at commentary, by the way, folks. We will take your predictions. What do you got? And I will remind everybody, the show rolls on. We got about 15 minutes left, according to my clock. But make sure you get in this chat, which I see a lot of you had tonight. I appreciate it. Remember, we are back tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, we will be here for Bloodsport. Josh Burnett's Bloodsport 10. It's the 10th edition. Shayna Baszler's going to be there. Speedball. I should actually bring up the card, but it's going to be a really good one. We are here in the afternoon tomorrow. Then we are back for TNA. Then we're back Friday afternoon for Wrestling Revolver versus House of Glory. Then we have SmackDown, Rampage, Hall of Fame, Supercard of Honor, a mega stream. We're going to try and cover as much as we can, multiple screens. Nick and I are going to do our best to keep all the shit we can in order. And then we will be back on Saturday, brunch with the boys, our drive to 5K subs. It's going to be 10 plus hours live with everybody out there. It's going to be a fun one. And then, of course, we're back Sunday for Mania Night 2, Monday for the Raw after Mania, Tuesday for NXT after Stand and Deliver. Next week's Dynamite will be here for that too. It does not stop here at the channel. So I see 122 people. I want to see 122 likes. I want to see new subscriptions. Join the family. Join the Wrestling Utopia. The place you can come and just talk wrestling without being told you're stupid for doing it. Anna Jay is the hottest, and it's not even close. Anna Jay is a looker. Thunder Rosa for the win. Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is actually hot. There you go. I'll take that. Thunder Rosa for the win. Leafs lost. Oh, son of a bitch. Thanks for the good news. It was 1-1 last time I saw it. Timu Tony Storm, a.k.a. Mariah May. I don't mind. It's 100% accurate, but I get what they're doing here. We all get it. We're just waiting for it to kind of work itself out. Thunder Rosa trying to get her up. Big forearm. His name is Luther. Shelton Benjamin and Trent Baretta. Let's go. Willow's beautiful. The old Bucks for the win. Absolutely. Rosa for the win. Only pissed me off is I needed that. Hardy's versus the Bucks. Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon, Nancy. And we get the crossbody to the outside the ring. That fan in the front row is living life right now. I am never going to watch this hand again. Can't wait for the AEW diehards to say AEW is putting on a statement because of what Punk said about AEW. Oh, they're going to say it. But to me, again, I think it's a bad look, Bash. I think it's a bad look. Like, they didn't need to do that. Adam Copeland coming out and just telling everybody how great AEW is because some Punk said something. Talk about living in your head rent-free. Rent-free. I'm surprised we never got Mariah May versus Deonna. Kyle, it was a misstep. We should have got Mariah May versus Deonna. Where's Deonna now? We're not sure. Thunder Rosa, she's the real mommy. Damn, she's hot. Listen, Thunder Rosa never lost that belt. And the fact that she came back and acted like she didn't even know she had the belt once upon a time bothered me. So there you go. Malik, KJ, you ain't going to get no sleep on Friday. I'm not going to get any sleep on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe I'll get a little bit of sleep Monday morning. Me and sleep are pretty much divorced at this point. But strap in and strap on. It's going to be fun. Battle of the Cake. Correct, Vinny. There you go. I think Thunder wins. Thunder should win. Forget the Battle of the Wills. Forget the Battle of the Wills. Oh, are we talking about earlier? Yeah, fair enough. Here comes the future Darby slaps the Fiend. I'm not sure what you're saying here, but welcome to the channel for Inklings. Taylor, there's only one. Yeah, let's be careful with that one. I do like Thunder Rosa a lot, and Thunder Rosa is always a real kind person away from the ring as well. So I'm a big fan of Thunder Rosa, but Thunder Rosa for the win, but Deonna shows up after the match. Maybe. Nick Nemeth versus Speedball. There you go. There you go. That should be fun. That will be one of the matches at Bloodsport tomorrow. Bloodsport 10. Let's see. What do we got? Remember when it was Matt Riddle's Bloodsport? Hilarious. Nick Nemeth versus Mike Bailey. Akira versus Matt Makowski. Eric Hammer versus Lou Nixon. Minoru Suzuki versus Royce Isaac should be a fun one. Josh Burnett's taking on Johnny Bloodsport, Johnny Mundo, Johnny TV, Johnny Nitro. Johnny, who the fuck are you? Will take on Josh Burnett this year. So that should be interesting. Nomura taking on Fuminori Abe Lincoln. I don't know. Shayna Baszler taking on Masha, which, come on now. And then Axel Treasure taking on Timothy Thatcher. Two guys cut from the same cloth. We will be here live for that show tomorrow. I think Montez leaves Dawkins and Bobby goes after the U.S. title. Bobby and Dawkins become a tag team and win the S. Oh, okay. Interesting. Britt and Hayter are missed for sure. really don't understand what's happening with Britt Baker right now. I don't. And I'm wondering if she does return, will it mean as much as we think? I don't know. Hayter coming back would be a big deal. I'd really like Hayter to come back. She's good. The division could use her, but we'll see. I mean, if you're building your women's division around Mercedes Moné right now, there's better wrestlers in the company that aren't going to get TV time. It's unfortunate. Rosa and Mariah are both great wrestlers, so if given the chance, this match could bang. Not bad. So far, so good. Thunder's gear is fire. I agree. Big suplex. Mariah back to her feet. Thunder in the corner, setting her up. Back elbow, though. To me, it felt like when Thunder Rosa beat Britt Baker for the title, AEW booking for women went downhill and never recovered. I am not blaming Rosa, but TK for this. I agree with that. And I think we've seen it like tag team division when the belts changed hands. Like it was almost you get to a point where you're like, don't know who to give it to. And when they move on from that person, then the next person doesn't really do much. Thunder Rosa had a terrible title run. Thunder Rosa, the next timeless Tony Victim. Probably. Up goes Thunder. Oh, turns it into an awkward roll-up. Don't end in a roll-up. Thunder Rosa, if she goes to WWE, will be a mega star. Could be. Absolutely. Where is my daddy? Christian's on hiatus. He's taking a break. Gone on family vacation. Explain to his wife who the fuck Nick Wayne's mom is. Mania 40. Thank you so much, Ricky, for the super chat. We appreciate it. We really do. Mania 40 ending with Cody getting beat up, and all of a sudden Triple H theme plays, but he pedigrees Cody and the Attitude Era versus PG Era in 2024. All right. I haven't heard that take yet. As Thunder Rosa gets the 3 count. Hater is not Britt. I think Britt's a star. I think you can do a lot with Britt, but she's been gone forever, and her attitude hasn't been the best. And then from what I've seen, what I've heard, she seemingly is a problem in the locker room. And people can tell me if I'm wrong, but even the shit with Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker's an issue. But Thunder giving Tony Storm shit. I'm not waiting. Fight me now. And then the camera randomly goes black and gray. It was color a second ago, guys. Just let this one go. Did Monet show up on the show? Because I left for an hour, half hour. We did get Mercedes for about 3 minutes. Yes, I said 3 minutes. Saliva and Red Bulls will be rolling this weekend. Did you mean sativa and Red Bull? Because we try and minimize the saliva. Every once in a while, we spit when we talk, shag anything that walks. Yeah, I think sativa. Yeah, let's go sativa. Ali versus Amazing Red would be good 15 years ago. Again, I don't mind this as a legacy match. Amazing Red being who he is, Ali being who he is. I agree it would have been better 10 years ago, but I'm okay with the booking. And we got Penta with Abrahantes, one of my favorite people in AEW. Stop defending the TNT title against. You know what? It would have made Adam Copeland's promo earlier a little better if Penta and Abrahantes came out earlier and said this. But Penta is challenging Adam Copeland. Stop taking match. Oh, here it is. Adam accepted. What are the odds? Holy shit. Next week on Dynamite, Copeland versus Penta. Should be a fun match, to be honest. Thunder versus Tony at Dynasty. No Deanna. I guess she has to move on to something else. Yeah, what is that something else? Penta is going to take on Commander on Collision on Saturday. There you go. So Penta's going to beat Commander because they already told us he's going to fight for the TNT title. Help me. Tony, you're our only hope. What are you doing? Fucking killing me, Smalls. Isn't this the hype man that got released? No, that Juan was you remember the jacked fucking not Juan, Jose, my bad. Yeah, the one that used to come out with the laptop with Andrade, he got released. Abrahantes, I think, is an unutilized talent in AEW. And I always go back to when Penta had a little bit of a feud with Cody, and he was really doing that Penta says shit. And I thought it got over so well, and it was so good. Where if you let Penta speak Spanish, and then Abrahantes throws in the Penta says, I think it's genius, and I think it works. Heel, babyface, doesn't matter. But what do I know? Here comes Swerve. Lucha Underground, Penta was amazing. Absolutely. Let's go. Man, I love AEW, but looks like the Impact Zone. Facts. I'm with you, Mojo. Oh my God, enough with the black and white screen. A little over the top, a little too much for me. Like if you already showed her in color and you couldn't keep the consistency of the shot you were hoping to achieve, just let it be color for the whole thing. Fuck it. Right? If you can set it up where you have that split, but when we see it go from color to black and white, then it gets a little silly. She wants her belt back. She should want her belt back. And she should have asked for her belt back 2 months ago. Unfortunate, Mariah May ate a pin, but it was used to build thunder. Absolutely. Mariah May, she can take the L. She's the lackey. Decent match. I would agree. I would agree with that, Richard. Solid. Not great. Not boring. I liked it. It kind of fit in the middle there somewhere. Greatest feeding off what's his name's negative attitude. And here comes Joe. Man, oh yeah, Penta versus Adam. I like that booking. Random. We don't need story. Again, why not have, instead of giving us that bullshit Jericho segment, why not have Adam Copeland come out, tell everybody how fucking rainbows and fucking gumdrops AEW is, and then right near the end of that promo, have Penta come out, say some shit, have Abrahantes go, Penta says he challenges you for that belt, and we all get a little cheer, and then you got your message in, but then you gave us a point for doing it right at the end, and then we didn't have that little backstage segment where they're like, he asked, oh, here you go. That's me just being picky, though. Again, looking at it from a writer kind of idea and mindset, I think that plays better. Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm in the AEW Championship at Dynasty KJ. I thought that was a foregone conclusion as Joe signing the contract. The next world champion, Swerve. It better be. I love Joe. It's Swerve's time. Give Swerve the belt. Let Swerve be a babyface champion and line up some good heels to chase him. Oh, man, they have a table and chairs in the ring. Well, yeah, we know what's going to happen, right? And we still have, I got about 2 minutes plus whatever overhang we got. Collision coming on at 10:30. I think it's 11:30 actually, MDB, but it is a little hilarious. What a letdown for Adam, for Copeland after Matt Cardona. We get Penta. That's bad booking. It took away from the open challenge concept. I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm okay with Penta. It's just Cardona's a bigger. I see what you're saying as far as it feels like a step down because of how things are set up. I like Penta taking the challenge. The open challenge is what it is. I can't even be mad that it's random. Yeah, just that's it. But I gave a suggestion on how it could have been. At least it could have felt a little more organic. It's just me. Isn't this the hype man? I got that one. I like Penta. I really do. Dynasty is looking better than Revolution on paper, but we'll see. I'm really curious if you're correct. Okay. Joe about to tell this man the truth. Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm for AEW Women's Champion. Yeah, I got that. Preach. Preach. I try. NXT apparently got a 13K crowd. That is awesome for NXT. Are we saying for stand and deliver? Well, I think it's going to be a really good show, stand and deliver. I do. Cody on his first take selling the hell out of WrestleMania. This is exactly why he's main eventing both nights. He's the guy. Oh, Sonny. So it's so hard to argue with. I mean, he is the biggest baby face in the company. And I know some people doubt it, but I think some people get their personal take involved. The man is selling merch. The man is doing well. The man is the ultimate. He's the evolution of John Cena, right? Just peachy key, political answers, avoids controversy, shakes the babies and kisses the hands. You heard me. Swerve as a babyface champ sounds great, but how down the line does it lead to Swerve Ospreay? Makes me think Joe retains. Ooh, good question. Unless Ospreay decides he still wants, like Ospreay tonight, still wants to be part of Callis's clique. But I don't like last year, Will going into Wembley as the heel against Jericho was fucking dumb. But that's Jericho's ego getting in the way, and I guarantee that. So you're right. I mean, maybe Swerve has to be a little heelish going into Wembley. And that AEW kind of blends it anyway. So maybe Swerve can be babyface for a few months. Wembley's not till later in the summer. What's good, heels? AEW has served a severe gap in top built guys, let alone a heel. You're not wrong at all, Kid Rivos. Again, I think building talent has been it's a struggle, because when you shift from one rivalry to another, no one else feels legitimate. They're chanting for MJF though. Samoa Joe looking like a final boss. Samoa Joe's awesome. I love Joe. You're got a point though. Who would be the heels that you feed him to? And if he stays heel, then who are the baby faces that chase him? Interesting. Saw a fan in the crowd with a Jericho is AEW t-shirt. That's the problem with the fucking company. And even I'm glad Robert's like, that's sad, man. NXT doing better PLE numbers than AEW. Yikes. Yeah. I don't know if Swerve had to go to like the look that he's rocking right now. He's and again, Swerve's one of the few guys with audience participation. We see it with WWE all the time. Up and down the roster, a lot of the talent, as Joe getting choked out with a chain, but he's not fucking around. Joe doesn't give a shit about this. You ain't getting Joe like that. A big old headbutt. Adam Copeland versus Penta Jr. It's going to be a hell of a match. I think it'll be all right. As Swerve getting popped with that chain. 3 minutes over. We'll see, folks. What's KJ WrestleMania Philadelphia shirt starts tomorrow? What's KJ's WrestleMania Philadelphia starts tomorrow? Raheem, I think there's a question in there somewhere. Maybe. But yeah, our whole shebang. Basically, a marathon after marathon after marathon all starts tomorrow for us. KJ, if we could get Kenny Omega versus Adam Copeland, would it be a banger? Yeah. But again, I think remember, Adam Copeland is in the far end of his career. I mean, no offense to him, he still does it great. He's an outstanding talent, but he is, on his last legs. As Swerve has been busted open, destroying. Joe's destroying Swerve. As Swerve, he's reaching for the pen. Is he going to sign in blood? Swerve got that chinchilla. Swerve laughing. All maniacal. Tony Khan tweeted that there is an overrun tonight. I was looking for the graphic. Stop tweeting shit like that. Just let it happen. Swerve is dressed like a mom punch from the Saints Row. Swerve says, yeah. So let's go with the obvious. Swerve signing in blood, 2-0. Cody operates on politics and ego, but does really well at convincing people he's the super nice, down-to-earth company man. Oh, there's more to it, but Joe running back! And Swerve just, oh, wow. Swerve just embracing himself for it. Joe kind of kicked him in the twig and berries, I think. And then through the table, the crowd cheering. The crowd losing their mind for Joe. Swerve spent most of 2023 eating pins. He does deserve a title. I think it would be great. I think he's one of your most over talent. He has a gimmick that, again, audience participation matters. We're getting a holy shit chant like we haven't seen somebody go through a fucking table before. As Joe standing over Swerve as we are going to go off air, I'm assuming. Out of all the names that Edge and Swerve called, y'all just leave out MJF. That's weird. The crowd was chanting MJF, were they not? They keep trying to remind us they signed Okada, Ospreay, and Mercedes. That's it. When you got to get force-fed something, it usually doesn't go well. Excuse me, I mean Adam Copeland. Gotcha. Joe gonna kill you, chance. Absolutely. It's where this company gets a little confusing. Fans are cheering for everyone. Ray Phoenix injured, I believe so. I think, did he not just recently come back? I don't fucking know. We got blood. Yes, we did. It wasn't exactly Cody and The Rock, but it was blood. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Dynamite. I will take a rating out of 10 on the show. And let me know what you thought. How did you like this show tonight? A really weird show. Started well. I never really got back into the groove once it started dipping. The end segment was all right, but not great. Whose house? Swerve's house. Rock and Roman did it better. Swerve is winning. I agree. Prince Nana is swerving. Swerve crybaby. Facts. Yep. Joe losing. Absolutely. That's why Swerve is the main event guy. He should be. And again, where you're trying to be the alternative and you're trying to be cool and you're trying to be hip and you're trying to be on the edge, making Swerve champion makes sense. He's got so much to bring to the table. No offense to Joe. And again, Swerve and Ospreay is what I'm waiting for. But then does Swerve lose to Ospreay, one of his few title defenses? I don't know. Swerve is an ECW throwback. What's with Swerve's Undertaker eyes? Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't really know if the Ronda Rousey look was the way to go. We got blood. All right. I don't know why they have Swerve doing. I don't get it. I don't. Prince Nana got that one. Whose house? 6 out of 10 from Malik. The fact that AEW is so inconsistent that we don't know if people are injured or not is embarrassing. Drake. All right. Nice ending. 6.8 out of 10. Ray Phoenix will be on the Revolver versus House of Glory show. Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Damien. Damien, you're really helpful sometimes with this stuff. 100%. Ray Phoenix. So he was injured. He recently came back, but again, we haven't seen much of him. 5.25 out of 10. Interesting. 7.75 out of 10. A little bit high for my taste, but okay. Phoenix will never be the same as he was after Luchasaurus made his arm bend. Oh, that was gross. Fucking horrible. 5 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 7, the mid of the road. Trash? 6.8. 5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. I still say Cody bleeding meant more because it hardly seen on WWE TV. Shock value is important. And actually, it was funny because I was actually watching an old Monday Night Wars thing today. And Eric Bischoff talked about when they were doing like, what do you call it? Like when they were sampling and watching how audience react to the show, one of the biggest things the audience wanted was surprises. Be surprised, shock me, and I think that's what's lacking with AEW at times is I don't need to know there's an overrun. Surprise me. Monet coming out and saying she's going to fight the winner of the match at Dynasty, but we know the story is between her and Willow. again, you're kind of putting the cart before the horse too often. Test audience is what the fuck I was looking for. 7 out of 10, 5.25 out of 10 knee pads. Swerve is winning, 6 out of 10. I'm going with Steven Smith. Tonight's show was a 6. I give 2 points for the end of the show, 2 points for the first match, 2 points for the second match, and the rest of the show kind of sucked. Jericho segment was fucking awful. If they don't find a creative way to get Jericho off the fucking TV, I don't know what we're going to do, but it's fucking awful. The crowd in the building don't even give a fuck about Jericho, and they won't believe us. But Jericho is not getting a reaction. Nobody cares. Him trying to act cool, young, and hip isn't working. Take a break. Take a pause. Go on world tour with Fozzy. Fuck off. Please. Please. I beg you, as a Jericho fan, go away. Because I can't stand looking at you anymore. What else do we have tonight? The women's match was okay. Hung in there. Not too bad. We knew how it was going to play out. No big surprises match-wise. Everything was kind of very predictable. 7 out of 10, 3 good matches, but the promos other than Willow let me down. Yeah, fair enough. You would know what something tells me that Swerve is going through a new persona or a new gimmick. I think he should just stick to being this guy with him and Nana. Get rid of the embassy, just him and Nana, and let Nana be his hype man. Let him be the face, and let him be the champion. I think it works. You don't need the embassy. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit his character. Let him just go. K Diggs saying 5.5. Mojo, where's Ricky Starks? Ricky Starks has his bags packed. They're out the door, and he's ready to go. I don't know what we're going to do with Ricky Starks. I feel bad for him. I think him and Big Bill got screwed. Sting did not need the tag titles to retire. Ricky Starks and Big Bill staying tag team champions and having a viable tag team division was more important. They don't agree. Ricky Starks will be in WWE one day, I imagine. 6 out of 10. Was Ricky Starks even in today's show? No, he was not. Got hurt in the tag team tournament. Fair enough. Did he actually get hurt? Still. 7.9 out of 10. That's a little high for my taste, John, but that's okay. Good. New tag. 7 out of 10. The Real Wyatt. Just a bunch of faces. I'll take that as a rating. Sounds when we'll get... Sound? When we will see Christian again. I don't know. Christian, what do you do with Christian at this point? Does he come back and then revisit Adam Copeland? I don't know. He should be used more. I can't understand how they are not pushing him and boring Danny Garcia is. Because again, like CM Punk said, and I know fans don't want to hear it, but when you book the people you like because they're nice to you, they let you hug them, you got to go to their wedding, you got to dress up as them for Halloween. When you're basing your booking decisions on shit like that, then the show never gets better, ever. And that's the problem. That's the dilemma, is that I like Daniel Garcia, but you're not utilizing him properly. You're overbooking him and underbooking other talent because you like him, because he let you do the hip thrust with him one time. Pause on that for sure. Smashing 5.5. Starks had a lot of injuries in a very short period of time in AEW, starting with Page spiking him on his head. The neck injury was bad, and I'm glad he came back, but still, Starks is a star. If he got hurt in the tag team tournament, unfortunate, but they weren't using him really anyway, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. Daniel Garcia got that. They were booing Jericho too. They really were. Jericho's fucking useless. Jericho won't leave. He won't go home. Cornette just dropped an hour-long episode reviewing CM Punk's interview with Hawala. Wow. Okay. I got something to do after show. I think I'd be tired of this shit. Fozzy is stuck. Mojo's sloppy seconds. Fozzy is... All right. Daniel Garcia is the default wrestler you get in a video game. Not wrong. 5 out of 10. All right, folks, I think we're getting close. I'll give us the old last call. If you got any final thoughts you want to throw at me about tonight, I will remind everybody, 5.5 out of 10, I will remind everybody we are back tomorrow. I will say it again. Tomorrow afternoon, Nick and I are going to go live for Bloodsport. Then we're coming back for TNA Impact. Nick and Anthony, I think I'll pop in for a little bit of Impact tomorrow night. Then Friday, I believe all three of us are going to be here for Ring of Wrestling Revolver, House of Glory, Philadelphia. It's going to be a stacked show. Looking forward to that one at, I think, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then we are back for SmackDown, Hall of Fame, Super Card of Honor, maybe a little bit of Rampage, another mega stream, and then we return on Saturday, Sunday, 11:30 a.m., and we are doing everything we can. We want to drive. We're going to be on for 10 plus hours. We want to hit 5K subscribers. So anybody that can hear my voice right now, be a friend, tell a friend, help us continue our awesome growth on this channel. It's been so much fun watching this build and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what she said. Wrestling for life over everybody. Time to watch Cornette. Shout out Corny. One of the reasons why I wanted to battle. Trent finally turned heel. Actually, I'm going to give him a bonus 0.5. That was my favorite part of the entire night. My favorite part of the entire night. Trent turned heel. Jay White's buried and looks useless. Yeah, that's awesome. So, what's up, Marcus? Juan, this is WWE week 100%. WWE's clicking right in, and we're going to be here all week long for it. And then next week and the week after. So, yeah, don't miss. Good night, Eric. All right, I'm done. I'll spread the word just because you got a cool beard. Thank you, Smash. We appreciate it. We appreciate you popping in and saying hello. KJ, you get a 10 out of 10 tonight. Thank you, Knoxville. We appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. And I thank you all for joining us. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, come back tomorrow. We got so much wrestling to get into. Make sure you click that little bell. You never know when bonus content is going up. More shorts and more videos coming your way. We got lots planned here at the channel. And WrestleMania week continues to roll on. Thank you. And until tomorrow, I will see you on the flip side. Good night.